I got it that time. Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always, I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me is Dr. Moonpier.
Thank you.
And Monkey DDS.
Yo.
Doctor.
If you didn't realize, we're here to talk about some science and figure out where we're going to rank our latest game, Dead Cells. Let's start off, as we usually do, with sort of our wrap-up on the game overall, starting with you, Mr. Monkey.
I really like this game. Even before actual release, I played it in early access, and like it really hooked me then, and it just got even better playing it now, especially because I could beat it now compared to back then. Like the ramp up when you do beat it your first time, second time. I didn't beat it the third time, but that's a really...
Could have lied and told us you beat it on 5 cell mode just to complete your prophecy as the monkey of the group.
Unlocked 100% of everything. I did it.
No, but yeah, like that ramp up is really good. The art style is great, like the animation and everything. Like even when my girlfriend would randomly like start watching me, she even mentioned like, man, this animation is really clean. I really like the music, especially the first stages music with the guitar that just keeps plucking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think that the last stages music is a reprised version of that. It's just like has extra instruments.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, like this game is really good. I want to say I will play it more, just try to beat it all 5 times. But like there's a lot of games to play, so
a million games.
That's right. There's a lot of games coming out. Yeah. Moon, how about you? Your final thoughts here on Dead Cells?
Pretty much the same, to be honest. I mean, since I did not get this in early access, but this was one of those games that the second early access hit, I'm pretty sure we were still playing Isaac for T-Bomb R. Go check out that backlog for a year and a half of content, folks.
That's right.
Like we were still playing that, and even then, I was hearing people talking about new roguelike come out on early access.
It's the next big one.
Cells. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll probably pick it up when it comes to consoles. I did. I loved it. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed it then. And then going back to it, literally the very first run, now having taken like a year and a half off from it, and I beat the game very first run.
Right.
It's like clearly the patches are doing something to help.
Right.
Like it still maintains the tightest controls I've seen in a long time in a video game. Like really good options, really good variety, different ways to play. Like it's still a phenomenal game. I think this will remain installed on my Xbox through this generation into the next.
Yeah.
Because it is a game that even just going back to it and with that huge break, I immediately snapped back into it. It's like, cool, I know these controls, I know how this plays, I know everything about it. So yeah, I'm keeping it installed, and I'll probably load it up every now and again when I feel like wanting to punch myself in the face and try 1 cell mode.
Yeah. Right. I'll beat my head against this wall for about 2 hours. All right. Yeah, I don't. I think the best thing about this game is it definitely did live up to the community's excitement, where it felt like one of those roguelikes that hit early access and immediately everyone was like, "So great, this is done." Right, like you're just sort of making sure all the last minute bugs are done, and it only continues to get better as the company that made this spun off their own company to continue to work on Dead Cells while the main company Twinmotion continues to work on their next game. So like it's nice to see them be so committed to supporting this game for the long term, and I think that makes me feel really good about this game and supporting it. And it's just one of those games where everything feels right. Like, it always feels cool breaking down a door and stunning a bunch of people, rolling over there, like slashing them a couple times, falling through the floor and like stomping on a bunch of other people and stunning them, and like just the moment to moment flow. Even when you're not fighting, especially when you get the spider rune, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't have to go up this shaft slowly anymore. Like, I can just triangle jump up this whole thing, and just the whole thing feels so good and looks so great. Like, the lighting especially, I feel like, doesn't get enough credit. And it's just, as time has gone on, it's gotten better and better and more balanced, I feel, where I feel...
They're definitely patching it in the right direction.
Yeah, because I feel like we keep seeing all these roguelikes where we're like, oh, okay, I picked this up after like a year, and it's impossibly difficult. Like, what do you guys...
The Odyssey is a prime example of that.
Yeah, 100%. Where it's like, oh, cool, so no one can start this game at all now. So yeah, Dead Cells has stayed installed on my PS4 ever since I bought it, and I would go every once in a while to hop back in when I'd see like a news story for a new expansion or a new patch or whatever. But yeah, I'm like you, Moon, where it'd be like every once in a while I was like, I don't have anything to play. Let me check my roguelikes folder. Oh yeah, Dead Cells. All right, yeah, okay. It's the same as Risk of Rain, where it's like, yeah, it kind of lives in my roguelikes folder on my PS4, and waiting for a rainy day to kind of hop back into that. Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about where it sits in our giant, infallible list of the best roguelikes of all time. Talked about this before the show. This is definitely a top 10 game, so we're going to start here at top 10. Is this better than Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Is this better than Solitarica?
I love Solitarica. It's a solid game, but yes, like all around, this is a better game than Solitarica. We can all just agree now. Let's just jump straight over 20XX because this is 100% better than that.
Yeah.
In controls alone,
I can agree with that.
As well.
A rare 2-ranking jump. Dead Cells is just shooting to the top here. Is Dead Cells better than The Legend of Bumbo?
yes, Bumbo is a great conceptual game. And Dead Cells was not alone in its faults when it was in early access.
Oh, sure.
It definitely had issues. But guess what? When that thing came to the Xbox, it didn't crash on me. It didn't
That's a
cause any
plus.
issues because it was out of early access.
Right.
It was a released game at that time and functioned. So, in my opinion, yes, it is better than Legend of Bumbo.
From that snapshot when we put Legend of Bumbo on the list, like, yes, it maybe through patches, Legend of Bumble might have gotten better, maybe. I don't know. I haven't gone back to it yet, but yeah, the Dead Cell is...
Same.
Well, and Ed McMillan has, as we're recording this episode, it's dating a little bit, has recently said that they're switching developers on Bumbo. That's why there haven't been any patches or updates, that they're switching to a new team and then hoping to do like a big patch all at once. Is Dead Cells better than Nuclear Throne?
I really like Nuclear Throne. And I will say that wrong, I'm sure, to somebody. It's a solid game. Speaking of games that get hard, stay hard, and then just don't get any easier, that's definitely one of them.
Right.
I think Dead Cells sits above Nuclear Throne.
I would agree with that. I think mostly because Dead Cells, I like Dead Cells variety more than I like Nuclear Thrones. Like, obviously, Nuclear Throne is designed to be a smaller and sort of more focused experience, where I think Dead Cells is a larger sort of game in pretty much every way, but I would agree with that.
Yeah, me too. I was going to bring up variety as well, but so yeah, for the same reasons.
Yeah. Is Dead Cells better than Dicey Dungeons?
I'll let someone else go first here. I know what my opinion is, but I'll let somebody else go first.
My knee-jerk is to say yeah, even though they're just radically different games.
What, you mean you can't compare this apple to this banana and tell me which one is better?
Contrary to what the internet has told me, you cannot.
I
Yeah.
I think it
Go ahead.
is. I think Dead Cells is better just because I think I mentioned it in while talking about Dicey Dungeons, but I feel like because each character has the six like levels, I guess, and the first
Oh,
five
right.
kind of felt to me like training levels, and then the sixth one is the roguelike. So and whereas
Right.
Dead Cells is just right into it. So yeah, I think Dead Cells beats it.
Okay.
I agree, by the way. It is a yes
I would
for me
agree.
as well.
Is Dead Cells better than Risk of Rain?
Get those knives out, folks. It's time to start cutting some blood.
So Risk of Rain is one of my favorite games of all time. I will say something. I think Dead Cells is better than Risk of Rain for one big reason. Is I think where Risk of Rain, and a little bit Risk of Rain 2, although we haven't played that for the show yet, where that fails in a list of my favorite roguelikes is I think Dead Cells does the right thing where no matter how far you get into a run, you're still making a little bit of progress. Like, I only collected 10 cells and I got to the end of the first level, which is pretty easy. I at least made a 1% of progress towards unlocking my next item. So I did something. This run only lasted 15 minutes, but I did something. And Risk of Rain, when you get a bad run and you die
It's real bad.
15, 20, 30 minutes into a run, you didn't really do much in the macro scheme of the game.
Well, go back and listen to those episodes. The first 2 weeks, I hated that game. Despised it because it was so hard to start.
It's just kicking you in the face over and over again.
T-shirt idea. So hard to start.
That's right.
Also, it lied to you.
It lied.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
don't
did.
forget.
100%. Risk of Rain is a liar.
I
Risk
can't
of Rain
believe
is
I
a
forgot
liar
about
and should
being
be
a liar.
demoted to 22.
That's right.
But yeah,
So that alone, Dead Cells never lied to you.
I do think Dead Cells is better than Risk of Rain as well.
Me too.
Is Dead Cells better than Void Bastards here?
Yes. I think it's better than Void Bastards. I like Void Bastards. I think it's a solid game. I think the biggest thing with Void Bastards, and some of the games below on the list have done this to me as well, but Dead Cells occupies my mind when I'm not playing it.
Right.
It's in there. It's like, okay, I am at work and I'm thinking, I can 25 cell run and I could probably get that next unlock that I need, or I only need to do this. The second I turned Void Bastards off, it was gone from my head.
Yeah.
Same
I
for
was
me
like,
too.
That was cool. I did a run. Like, it was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, it plays well. The style is incredible. Like, it looks beautiful.
The upgrade tree is great.
It's great upgrade tree, great progression, good feeling. There's a reason it's number 3 on our list.
Right.
But for me, Dead Cells is like, oh, but what about getting that extra rune that everybody's talking about?
Right. Or like, what if I
path
put
that you
these
haven't been
two
past?
weapons together? Do they have a synergy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like when we stopped playing Void Bastards, I just didn't really
Stop
think
thinking
about
about
it. So
Yeah. All right. I would agree there with you. Is Dead Cells better than Crypt of the Necrodancer?
Hashtag controversial opinion, no.
This one for me
The
is the
toughest
tough
one of them all.
Yeah, because they're surprisingly they are very, very similar to each other, especially that run over run unlocking and working towards goals and yeah, this one's tough.
The reason why I would actually put Dead Cells above Crypt, and this is going to sound like I'm naysaying the beauty that is Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a fantastic game. It controls fantastic. It plays really well. But Crypt is a rhythm-based roguelike where you do things to music. And that music is A, incredible, B, a fantastic gameplay, strategy, everything else, quick thinking. Like with Dead Cells, if you want to take a break to look at an opponent, you can. Crypt never gives you that chance. You cannot breathe in Crypt.
Right.
It's
Keep
like,
moving.
no, go, Go. Literally to that beat.
I was
there.
going to
That's
say,
the music
like,
that you have to move
you're staying
to.
on beat. Good job.
Like, it's... I think, honestly, I think Hand of Fate is a genuine work of art and something truly original when it came out. I think Crypt of Necronanta is one of the greatest games of all time. Period.
Yeah.
They got Nintendo to give them the Zelda franchise.
Right. They don't just give that to anyone.
Not when this came out.
Right.
Not when that came out. They didn't.
Yeah. Them and Capcom. That was really it. Yeah, I think I would agree with Dead Cells being on number 3. I think Dead Cells and Crypt are really close to each other. Like, I could, if you ask me tomorrow, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's definitely number 2 on the list. And if you ask me the next day, it's like, no, of course it's number 3. Come on, were you crazy? But I think Crypt Crypt for me is a better game overall. I think for the reasons you were just saying. And Crypt is just a really great game. I just want to say again, people should play Crypt and Necrodancer. If you're not playing along to these games at home. Yeah.
Yeah. Play Crypt, play Hand of Fate. Like, play them all. Like, well, maybe don't play some of them. But play most of them. Play the top 10.
Play the top 10.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. All right. So it seems like the scientists have convened. The white smoke has appeared. And it says, hey, Dead Cells
You've
is
chosen
number 3.
A new pope, it's Hand of Fate.
That's right. New pope, same as the old pope. It's Hand of Fate.
Yes.
Yeah, at least until Hand of Fate 2. That apparently is going to be like the only foreseeable challenger to the throne here. All right, well, that's our number 3 game here in the top 10 of We Roguelike It. So thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And we'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.